But to you who are listening, I say, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, pray for those who mistreat you. If someone slap you on one cheek, turn them the other also. If someone takes your coat, do not withhold your shirt from them. Give to them everyone who asks you, and if anyone takes what belongs to you, do not demand it back. Do to others as you would have them do to you. Friends, hello. This is Pastor Jose. Thank you for spending some time with me today. Whenever you press play in this video, it is a blessing to be connected with you on a daily basis. I know that each day God brings a different word, and sometimes you don't know who you're talking to, and sometimes when I bring these words, I always pray first, and I just ask God that someone will be touched today with His word, and I know that He does. I know, because it never comes back void. So basically, on the story on this verse that I read, I want to share a story. Way back when I used to work in a furniture store. This was back in between 96, 97, all the way up to probably 99, maybe. I used to work at a furniture store. This was in my city in Puerto Rico, and part of my job was that I was shipping and receiving. I used to receive merchandise, and I would decorate the whole showroom and all that good stuff. And I remember one day. We had this big project going on, so we had to close the front parking lot, and part of my job, part of my instructions were to redirect all the cars of the customers, because they would go to make payments, because they would take stuff by credit. So I had to redirect them to the back and instruct them to leave their cars back there and to walk through the front so they can go ahead and make payments. So I was doing that. At one point, there was this one car with this lady inside, and as I was approaching her to tell her, what I was instructed to say, she just lashed out at me, and she just yelled and spoke all these crazy words, and I was upset. I was real angry. I really wanted to kind of insult her back, or yell at her or something, because sometimes we tend to have that attitude. We tend to have that attitude of just, if you do it to me, I'm doing it right back. You stab me in the back, I'm coming for you. Don't worry about it. I'll wait my turn. What goes up must come down. Don't. So we have those attitudes. That's why Jesus is speaking these instructions for those people that, as I used to be, very vindictive and very bitter, and just wanted to. So this word was really spoken for me, and that lady that I was sharing about, she walked up, she looked at me all mean, and I was like, I was doing one of these, like, go ahead, just keep walking. Every month after that, she would come by, and she would come and she would give me the death look, and I'm over here like, come on, what's wrong with this lady? So anyway, I would ignore her. And one day I remember it was close to Valentine's Day, and I remember that she was, that one of the things that I did, I would bring lollipops for the cashiers, the receptionists, and I bought a big bag of just bunch of lollipops, and I started giving out lollipops, and in that bag there was this big lollipop out of the bunch. So I said, I'm going to save this lollipop. I'm going to bring it to my wife. I'm just going to save it for myself, So I was saving that big one. I was giving everybody else the regular size one, but they had that one big one. So then my friend, the customer that looked at me all mean and cussed me out, comes in, And the Spirit of God started nudging at my heart and started speaking to me, giving me instructions to give her that lollipop. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. I am not, this lady cussed me out. This lady, forget it. I'm not giving her anything. So God kept on pressing in my heart, give her that lollipop. And it got to a point, because you know what? God always wins. This is there's no way to negotiate with God because you'll never win. So I went up to her and I said, hey, listen, I gave all these people these little lollipops, but I say the best one for you. So happy Valentine's Day. Thank you for being my friend. And I gave her the lollipop. The look in the face of this woman was priceless. And when I saw the look, I could read in her eyes that the reaction that she had towards me had a lot to do with something that happened to her before she got to the furniture store. I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, or rather at the right place at the right time, because it was me and not somebody else that could have harmed her. And we became great friends. Ever since that day, she would come to the furniture store and we would talk and hello and hugs and kiss and all this other stuff. When I resigned, because that's when I started pursuing ministry at a full-time capacity, and I gave my resignation on my last day of work, she comes by, and when she found out that I was leaving, she started crying. She started to cry. She started bawling and weeping, and she was just so thankful that we became great friends. And one of the things that speaks to me with this is that this is why God says the instructions that he said, because sometimes we want to go ahead and get back at the people that insulted us, get back at the people that offended us. And then next thing you know, there's a war going on. And not only am I the one that suffers, but I bring suffering to my whole house. And but when you do this act of kindness, then love is very powerful. And love always conquers all. Love always defeats bitterness and hatred. Love defeats bitterness. And one of the things that I've learned throughout this whole scenario is that no matter how upset somebody can be, you do an random act of kindness, and not only are you going to make an impact on the person who's receiving from what you are giving, but you are preaching an unspoken word through your actions, and people are going to see Jesus through you. So I want to encourage you today, to seek that opportunity to bless somebody. There's going to be somebody that's going to need something, rather it be a word, rather it be food, whatever the case may be. If you have to bless them. God will always compensate your efforts, and it's just the way it is. People have needs. You were blessed with stuff to supply. Be a blessing. Be a blessing. You'll never know what can come out of that. May God bless you today. And I'll see you tomorrow with another word and full of excitement and all these great things. But I want to bless you today. And I just want to tell you that I love you. And that I'm so proud of the fact that you are connected right now, and that you will receive this word. God bless you always. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow.